You'll be able to do it in a second, because I think we are back. I think we're back. Hold on one second. Let me get my chat up. Yep, we're back. We're back. Evangelist Brown was preaching too hard and broke the internet. But we're back. I know y'all missed us for the 2 minutes that we were gone, but tell your friends to tell your friend to tell another friend that we're back. And we still got like 15 minutes left. All right, Bishop.
Let me ask you this, Brother Thompson. Now, do they have to go back and
it'll send
log into everything and do that all over again for them to get back on?
For who?
Your listeners.
No, sorry, it'll send a notification to them if they are.
Oh, okay.
If they're already liking our page and whatnot, it will.
I was just trying to learn something.
Yeah, good.
Okay, yeah. Oh yeah, the greatest compliment, and out of all of my years, there have been others, but this one was most recent, and like Evangelist Brown was, it was after a homegoing service, and I had talked about a certain part in there. I talked about hell, it's outer darkness, you don't want to go there, and all of the things about hell, and then you don't have to go there. Because the Lord has already prepared a place for you. So, but I made a statement as I was rounding it out. I said, now you all wonder why I talk about that destination, that hell so much. I said, I am literally trying to scare the hell out of you. And, there was a reaction from the crowd, but as we were leaving, a gentleman walked up to me and he said, that was really some kind of message. He said, you scared the hell out of me. And I was like, wow, okay, that was my intent and purpose. And hopefully, you will be like the woman supposedly caught in the act, go and sin no more, get this together, because you don't want to go there. But that really blessed me when he said that you scared the hell out of me.
That's what's up.
Yes.
Shout out to Theodis Cochran, Pastor Theodis Cochran. He's watching and listening. What's up, preach boy? Min Lynn, and I messed up. You were supposed to be next. Bishop was supposed to be last. All right, Min Lynn.
I actually went first.
Did you?
Yep, no, I said I balled it up.
Oh, yeah, okay. All right, I'm gonna be real cheesy, but this is the best compliment that I ever gotten as a preacher. Boy, you sound like your daddy.
Oh, that was cheesy,
wasn't it? Wow. But it was true. It was true. It's not a long, story or nothing like that, like Minister Dukes did, but it was.
Mine was the shortest one.
Mine was. I basically said Jesus wept. Mine was the Jesus wept of the whole thing.
Well, technically, that's actually a longer verse in another language, but we're not going to go there.
All right.
And I read the pastor.
All right, you guys, let's do this right quick. If you like listening to some good music, I know a guy. Go ahead and download Gabriel's music at www.gabrielmusic.com. That's GABRIAL music.com. Everything from the debut album, Minister of Music. Also have the remix, Minister of Music album. The second album by Gabriel. The new single by Gabriel, Glad I'm Saved. And It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. You can download the Christmas album entitled The Bishop and Me. Of course, that is the album that, The Bishop and Me recorded. And you can find it on www.gabrielmusic.com. Download it, make your purchase as soon as possible. Matter of fact, as soon as the show ends, go and get it. You too, Evangelist Brown. All right. Guess you didn't like that one.
No. I'm sorry, I was on mute. I was just going to
I'm just
ask
messing with
you.
you.
No, I was going to ask you what platforms are they on, or is it on Amazon, iTunes?
Yes, most of them are on any streaming or downloadable platform.
Okay.
iTunes, Apple Music, YouTube Music, everywhere. The Christmas album is just on www.gabrielmusic.com for obvious reasons. I didn't write those songs. But you can download them there. What else?
Dr. Thompson.
Yes, sir.
If I could, you can put those over there because that's called public domain music.
Oh, well there you go. One last thing on this one. We haven't done this in a while, but if it's your birthday, anytime between last Monday and today, happy birthday, whatever age you are, you're blessed to be that. Happy birthday to you. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Happy birthday. And let's get back to the get back.
Can I make an announcement?
Yes, sir.
16th of January next year. You want to take that and do it?
So basically you want me to do the announcement that you just announced? No, I'm just kidding. But 2 days after my birthday, no, I'm just kidding. January the 16th. What do we call? What is that? Regular bishop?
I don't know what that means.
Presiding bishop gets elevated to archbishop. That is going to be an auspicious occasion. Did you like that, Bishop?
That's pretty good.
It's going to be an auspicious occasion. Bishop will be elevated to archbishop. That's January 16th in the cool of the evening. I'm just kidding. But what time is that, Bishop?
4 p.m.
4 p.m. If you can't be in the place, you can go to right where you are right now, LMBC.tv, and you can view it there. But we'd love to see your smiling face in the place. Come show your support for Archbishop Stephen Thompson. That's 2 days after my birthday.
Thank you, sir.
No problem. All right. And we're okay. Here we go. Why do, Evangelist Brown, why do you think some people have to make a distinction between men and women preachers?
Why do you think they have to make a distinction? What you mean? Can you elaborate a little bit on that question for me so I can make sure I'm processing it right?
Like to go as far as to say Evangelist Brown is a woman preacher instead of Evangelist Brown is a preacher.
Well, I mean, a lot of it is just upbringing. You know, pretty much it's just upbringing. A lot of old school, especially older, even not just men and women. Some women are the same way. Don't believe in women preachers. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you get one of them hard, old school, older, seasoned saints. Just don't believe.
Prison party not included.
Watch it.
I'm just saying that some just don't, you know, and and this is coming from I'm one of the oldest out of maybe almost 60 grandkids. It's a lot of us. So my dad, second oldest sister, and baby sister, they are preachers. And my mom, well, my aunt, Apostle Marsha Nicholson, I had seen her go through the struggle of being a woman preacher, and it seemed like she had to prove herself a lot more harder than men preachers. Like they, you know what I'm saying, I've seen her go to churches and they would not let her in the pulpit. I've seen her go to churches where she had to preach extremely hard, or people left the pulpit, or women would leave out of, like, seriously, I don't, and it's all about teaching. It's just the doctrine of what they believe in. Not saying, and the truth of the matter, I mean, me, you know, I'm not saying this because it's my, I just put my aunt against any man preacher, you know what I'm saying? But that's just me, you know. But I think a lot of it is, it's just teaching. It's just how people was raised and how in our culture and stuff like that. That's about it. Because I know some women preachers that can preach like preach hard, you know. So it really doesn't have anything to do with what they're saying. It's just pretty much just the culture and the doctrine.
Me and Lynn?
Yeah.
Actually, if you look at it, it's no different than what was going on in the biblical day, where women were treated as third class citizens.
Absolutely.
Not even second class, but third class, even after the lame, the disease, and X, Y, and Z. And that's just a stigma that this country has. You know what I'm saying? With even the presidency, you know, no women preachers, no women presidents. You know, but the fact of the matter is that the angel had told Mary and the others, you know, go tell my brethren that Jesus has ascended. He's got up. He's up. Go tell them that. Isn't that the same gospel that we preach? Ain't that the good news that we tell them that Jesus had
I was
risen?
just about to say, angel, go tell them
So
the good news, basically.
Yeah. So with that being said, you know, we put a lot of emphasis on male or female. You know, even use the word evangelist in a negative light to say it's a woman evangelist. They don't want to call her minister. They don't want to call her reverend. She's an evangelist. You know, but even with that being said, evangelist, that would actually be just a bit more honorable than the other two. You know, if you want to crazy enough put a negative spin on it, that's what people do. But at the same time, it's like there's no negative spin on what God has made. You know, just like he told Peter, what I made clean, no man call unclean.
Right.
You know, so we can't just go shooting at the women just because they women. But the truth of the matter is, look, I just like good preaching. I just want to hear preaching. And you got something that I need, give it to me. I don't care what the package is. I want the check that's inside.
Gotcha. Now, Bishop.
Well, I think the way we have to look at it is that this is not just something new. It's been watch now ever since Bible days, because the Bible is written in male genre. So that's something that had to come over a period of time in evolution. I'm glad you mentioned Peter, because I was thinking about that same thing. Peter was not necessarily prejudiced, but that's just the way things were. You know, we have people who are downside slavery. Now, I'm not talking it up, but the only thing we can say is that's just how it was. That's history. And we had to evolve out of that. And that evolution is still taking place. Even though it's like, you remember the Virginia Slim cigarettes. They used to, their tagline was, "You've come a long way, baby." But we still have a long way to go. And it's mindset. it's mindset. It's what has been taught. It had what has had the time to grow in people. So it has to grow out and be taught out, just like it was taught in. Minister Dukes, you would know, and also you, brother. One of the things I've always taught our ministers is don't go around talking about you, a woman preacher. Don't put yourself in that box, because after a while you'll use it as a crutch. They wouldn't let me. They wouldn't let me preach in the pulpit. There's been churches that they wouldn't let me in the pulpit. So don't allow yourself to be victimized. You can't be a victim unless you allow yourself to be. Listen, I'm a preacher, and I encourage and admonish. I was kidding around earlier, Minister Brown, when I said I don't believe in women preachers. That's one of the things I used to tell my women preachers, quote unquote. I call them women preachers. But don't let anybody stigmatize you like that, women, because you'll find yourself backing down your own self. Well, I'm not going because they're not going to let me. And you haven't even been told that you couldn't. You already shut your own self down. So I say preach.
Good. Now, we're already 2 minutes over, so you know what we're going to say at the end of the show. So might as well keep it going. Next segment. Do my ladies run this mother for you? Why are there more ladies in the church than men? Bishop T, take it first.
Well, I think it's, again, that stigma. Men feel like that's the soft part. I've heard men say, well, my wife take care of the church stuff, the religion stuff. Yeah, we're too tough for that, you know. Yeah, you take care of that, and I'll bring home the bacon. So that stigma has gotten so entrenched in so many, and it's amazing how people look at that. Man, did you see all of those men in that choir? And it's a big deal because men want to be elsewhere, washing the car, cutting the grass. But I think that people are going to come into the mind before the end of time. Hey, brother, you need the Lord too.
Amen.
Evangelist Brown.
I can't hear.
Sorry. All right. Oh. Yeah, I had it on mute. I'm going to say something that I know a lot of people not going to say. I'm probably not going to like. You see a lot of more women in the church, possibly than men. Is that the question?
Yes.
I want to make sure. I want to make sure I answer this correctly because I feel this way.
Okay.
All right. Hold on. I'm a little distracted because I got a lot going on in my background.
That's all right.
All right. For one, I think women a lot of times kind of get.
Move over to your right a little bit.
I know I keep doing it. How do I want to say this and say it and it don't sound so harsh? I don't want to say pampered, but a lot of women are not brought to accountability for foolishness, and men are bashed for the same thing that women do in the church.
Shouting?
No, that's a baby crying.
That's my grandbaby.
I'm just kidding.
No, I'm saying, do you mean like shouting, praising?
No, sir.
I think, no. What I'm saying is that a lot of churches kind of tend to lean towards the women as far as the opinions, and even when, you know what I'm saying, it's kind of like patting the baby on the back, especially when you mess up. Oh, it's okay, it's fine. But when a man mess up, it's always, put that out. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he ain't no good.
Yeah.
Don't no man want to come to church and listen to that. And I'm being for real. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I think most times women are kind of, you know, are not brought to accountability to a lot of stuff. I'm just being seriously. Oh, he just used you. No, he didn't use you. She knew what she was doing when she did it. You know, it's like we don't bring people to just the realness, and men seem like they're kind of bashed a little bit when it comes down to the church. And I'm just gonna be honest with you. I really do believe that. Even though I know the man is supposed to be the head, the provider, and all, but I don't think we don't give the men the same, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, I don't want to use the word forgiveness, but I don't think we don't treat the men and the women the same when, you know, when you know, each one falls short. So that's one of my really, yeah. And honestly, in today's church, more women are in leadership and a lot more women are running stuff. And a lot of men don't want to be under a whole bunch of women telling them what to do. Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm sorry to say that.
No, don't be sorry.
I'm just being honest.
Don't be sorry.
Yeah, I mean, women are running the church besides the pastors. There's more men running as the pastors, but besides the pastors, is women running almost every department,
Because
every department.
Could it be because they are there?
It could be, but then why are they there? Why are the men so absent?
And that you brought up a great point that I want to kind of hold off for the next segment. But you said that a lot of men don't want to hear, you know, a bashing when you do come, you know. But
yeah,
that was a great point. Man, Lynn.
Well, I would co-sign what Pastor was saying about men categorizing the church as the women's work. When I was younger and in my first marriage, I was like, you know, well, she got the prayer and all that stuff going on. You know, she can take care of that, you know, when we supposed to be the royal priest of the house, but I'm going to go and let her take care of that because that's, you know, but once I got in church and realized that, you know, that's just not the way it's supposed to be. I guess I got to, you know, as Jesus had said, if these hold their peace, leave the rocks a cry out for me. God hadn't took Adam's place from him. Adam just needs to get back in it. Somebody's going to do the work. And if there's not a man there to do the work,
it's going to be done.
You're right. It's going to be done. The work is being done regardless. It's like the work of the deacon. It was being done before there was deacons.
Yeah.
The work is going to be done. It's just a matter of who's going to do it. So if there is not a man to till the ground, you're going to use a woman to do it. You know, there were women deacons when I was in the National Baptist Convention. When I went there, when I was a deacon, it was deacons, female deacons, and they're learning how to do the work of the deacon because that's what was available. God is going to use what's available. God, if he's going to speak, he's going to speak through a donkey. God can use whomever he's going to use. So
why do you think there are more ladies in the church than men?
Because Adam ain't in his place. I mean, shoot, it's a whole lot of things, you know what I'm saying? Like society, you know, pulling men every which way but the church. You know, there's a lot of attractive things going to and fro, but it ain't in the church. You know, so with that being said, that's why it's going to be women in leadership. You know, for the most part, there's going to be women in leadership because there is going to be leadership. But if there's no man to be in there, somebody's still going to hold the office.
You know, yeah, as you're saying, Dr. Faith White, who was the president of the Missouri Baptist State Convention, he made a statement that was so profound one day. He said, one of the hardest things for a leader to do is to lead leaders. And I'm using that analogy. Men, quote unquote, have been down to the head, the leader. And it's more difficult, I think, to bring men under the subjection of leadership of another man. It's not easy being number two. So I think it may have something to do with the fact that in many cases, men rebel more against male leadership. And then they are not going to, that I'm talking about that certain faction now, they're not going to be led by a woman. So it gets us to the place where, okay, you go there and you be led by that old preacher.
Mm.
I'm not coming. It takes a different mindset to bring men under subjection of leadership, because it's hard to lead leaders.
All right. That's an awesome segment.
That's not a blanket statement. I just wanted to make that's not a blanket statement.
Now, next question is there too much focus on, or too much focus geared to women, or is it not enough focus on men in the church? Bishop.
I think that there's a place for equilibrium, and I don't think that there is too much. I don't. When you say too much power, too much authority, I think it's kind of to the place now. It's getting to where it's kind of more evenly spread, because people are seeing that women are not just for shouting and paying money. They got.
Well, let me qualify the question a little bit better. In preaching. Is there too much focus in preaching geared to women, or not enough focus to men?
I really don't see a lot of disparity. People are coming into a mind of accepting women preachers, because they're seeing
the opposite way. Like who we're preaching to.
Oh, who we're preaching to. Well, I kind of think that's kind of generic also, because the word fits both sexes, and you don't have to determine which the difference. It just fits.
Right. But what I guess what I'm asking is, because I'm not talking about is the Bible geared more to women or men. I'm talking about the deliverer, the preacher. Like, so you get a lot of women that are loose conferences. You get a lot of like Evangelist Brown said, baby, if he ain't doing nothing, then blah 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 blah. And you get very few preachers that will teeter against the, I guess the people who are actually there, the women. Me and Lynn? Oh, go ahead, Bishop. Go ahead.
Mom, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Well, in certain cases, it really does depend on the deliverer of the word, because if you're not rightly dividing it and you're playing to your audience, because let's be honest, a lot of our preachers, they are placating to the audience. Mm-hmm. I want to scratch some itching ears. I want the amens. I want to see people shouting. I want to make you happy, but I'm not trying to preach you holy. Mm-hmm. I grew up in a church where there was no disparity, between the sexes. I'm still growing up in under that same preaching where there's not a whole lot of, more of this for the women and less of this for the men, and vice versa. So I didn't know that there was a disparity until I actually stepped outside and started seeing that some preachers actually do placate to the audience. Or, we're going to preach a tithe and offering sermon to boost up the money, in a certain kind of way. And we ain't going to give until after the emotion has kicked in. Or, it's a lot of ways to do what you do. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, what is your motive? What is your aim? What is your purpose? If it's not to rightly divide the word, you're going to get a whole lot of seesaw or even one of those Spiridon messages. You ever heard of Spiridon? No. Spiridon told me.
Spiridon.
It's going to be what it is.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
It was pretty good.
That was good. Spiridon. Evangelist Brown, tell us what the Spiridon told you about this.
Ain't that nothing?
Ain't that
was good.
Look, that tickled me, Bishop. But I know the word of God says that God hates an unequal balance, for it's an abomination, that he wants things to be balanced. I get that. I think preachers today do not get that. And I believe what you feed is what you attract. I truly believe that. And this is what made me look at how I look at things a little differently. I have a good friend that's in Alton by the name of Pastor Jimmy Prather. He's the son of Bishop Jesse Prather Sr., right? He has a church. And I noticed that when he preaches, it seems to me that he preaches to more uplift men. I notice his preaching is really about building strong men, right? But guess who follows him a lot?
Man.
A lot of men. What you throw out there is what you're going to get out. And I truly believe that. I believe that preach, I think a lot of times people they preach what they believe people want to hear, or they scan and they look and if there's more women, of course, it seems like they sermons are more geared to the women. But if you make it a balanced thing, I believe that you will be able to feed everyone equally if you make it balanced. I believe a lot of sermons are not balanced. They uplift the men and the women. It's like because you preaching against one thing don't mean you are preaching, a sermon in so many words towards the women don't mean you have to bash the men and vice versa. But I don't think people have learned that balance to be able to uplift even and correct at the same time. So yeah, I just think. Yeah, I think a lot of stuff is geared towards women, and we keep seeing the same stuff over and over and over because we're not correcting and we're not making it a balance. So
it's the difference between fishing with a line and a bait and going out with a net.
Absolutely. I went fishing one time. I didn't know it was illegal to fish with a
without
net.
A license.
Certain places you can't do it with with whatever you call those things. You have to use a pole. They won't let us use the net. I was like, oh, my bad.
You should start preaching. You should have like, that's what Jesus did. Ha! Yeah.
Well, hopefully the fish would have jumped in the boat, but that didn't happen that day.
All right.
So, yeah.
Anybody else on this one? Are we good?
I think we're good.
All right. And Evangelist Brown, our last question is going to be geared mostly to you.
Okay.
Because you're a woman.
Is it a woman question?
Preacher?
I have the ovaries on the platform. Look at Bishop. You know you want to. All right, come on, hit me.
Is there a difference?
Ask the question, man. Quick.
Is there a difference in
Mm-hmm.
how you're perceived now as opposed to 20 years ago? You said you started your preaching ministry about 20 years ago. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Is there a difference in how you're perceived now than and I'm talking about in a general sense. I'm not saying, oh, well, I've grown from this point, but how you're perceived on the out. Like, do you still get that push back that you did when you were like, when it was 20 years ago?
No, I don't think so. No, not at all. I'm gonna be honest. Many of us women that's in the ministry, not many, the women of today, we stand on the shoulders of the women that came before us.
Mm-hmm.
We stand on their shoulders, and everything that they had to go through for us to be allowed to even stand in the pulpit or to preach or to do whatever we do, the whole conferences, prayer breakfasts. Man, we are standing on their shoulders. We wouldn't be able to do what we do if it wasn't for, the preachers, the women preachers that went through what they went through. So 20 years ago, it was more lenient 20 years ago, to be honest, but it's a lot better now. You see a lot more younger women preachers coming to the forefront with power and preaching with authority and not feeling ashamed to be who they are and preaching solid, sound word. So do I feel a pushback? Absolutely not. I don't feel a pushback at all. And I think, and then I'm gonna be honest with you, I believe that it has a lot to do with your leadership that you serve under. Mm-hmm. If you have a pastor that's pushing you and encouraging you and telling you there's nothing that you can't do, man, I'm telling you, it's just like when I was in high school and I saw my daddy come through them gym doors and I saw my daddy and I was on the court playing ball, man, I felt like I could dunk because my daddy was at home. Or my daddy was at the gym. Same way in ministry. When my pastor say, man, they call me Pookie. That's my nickname. Pookie, man, go on ahead, preach. You got it. Yeah, I know you got it in you. Man, it's a push. So no matter how no one else feel, I feel like when my spiritual father is pushing me and approving me and, and giving me the right way to do what I need to do, I'm good.
Amen.
And I think that's very important to have leadership to help you in those areas.
Awesome. Anybody want to answer that?
Well said.
Amen.
All right. So our last announcement. Oh, wait. Evangelist Brown, you got something coming up.
Oh, yes, I do. Yeah.
Tell us about it.
January 29th and the 30th. I have the Boss Awards. I am so excited about it. I'm a quartet baby. I love quartet music. That is just like, I love quartet music. Man, it ain't nothing like a good old drive. I promise you.
You better hear me real quick.
Man, I love quartet music, and I really wanted to.
Bishop is a part of the quartet history.
Man, yes.
Really? Who did you used to sing with? Because I remember your face.
The Singing Preachers, the Welcome Travelers.
The Welcome Travelers.
Yep.
She don't know who that is.
Wait a minute. Who sang with the Welcome Travelers? Out of St. Louis, correct?
Yep.
Yes.
Bishop Steve, Reverend Thompson,
Jack,
Ace Boy.
They called us the Singing Preachers because it was 5 pastors in the group. We had 5 pastors and 2 deacons.
Rainey.
William Rayner.
Yep, yeah. Rainey.
He was our bass player.
Goodness grief.
Danny Hughes.
Danny.
It sounds like the same members of the Silver Wings.
No.
But it sounds like some of the people that was in there is not a part of the Silver Wings. Like Danny wasn't a part of the Silver Wings?
No, Danny Hughes.
Okay.
Danny Hughes, Reverend Ace Boyd, Reverend Will Menor, Deacon Lee Parker, Eugene Murphy,
and
myself.
So why y'all stop singing?
Well, most of them are going on to glory.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like only It's only like 2 of us left now, 3 of us left now. Reverend Jack Young and myself and Rainer.
Y'all only need one more person.
That's me.
I'm so, you know what, Evangelist, I am so through with quartet. No. No.
All right, wait. Let's finish your announcements, Evangelist.
Building. I went to the Baptist building once years after we had not been singing and only singing occasionally. And I went to the Baptist building. Do you remember the Baptist building?
Yes, sir.
I went there and they were programming and I was sitting up in them and I'm like, what in the world am I doing here? And that used to be, I mean, that's where you went on Sunday.
Absolutely.
But it's not there anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. No. It's just like some people like baked fish and some people like fried fish, you know, so it's all
right. Hey, now I still got the quartet fever. It's still in me, but to be out there doing it, oh my
goodness.
Because hey, Evangelist Brown, we be driving at our church. I'm telling you.
I was just gonna say, so that means y'all be still driving. If it's still in him, he still got a good Jesus drive in him every once in a while.
It's got to have
call your day. It's all that. So we all are calling your days and all that kind of stuff. But go ahead and finish your announcement. January what?
January 29th. Through the 30th, the last weekend in January of next year, I am having the Boss Awards. I have a gospel company by the name of Boss Lady Gospel Entertainment, where we manage and we produce and do all type of things. A lot of people say that I'm just quartet, but that's just my focus because that's what I like to do. But I'm having a Christian comedy show that's Saturday night, which will be at Bond Avenue Church, which is going to be now called The River. And DL, what is DL last name? I always want to say something else, but I have a flyer. Huh? No, not DL Hughley. No, not Hughley. My money is not that long for DL Hughley yet.
Okay.
But we do have a comedy show that Saturday night and Sunday evening at 4:00 at the same place. We're going to have the Boss Awards, which is an award show that's geared towards the quartet community. And we have different categories such as the best quartet group of the year, best dress quartet group, best background, best drummer, those type of categories. And anyone that would like to vote, you can go on bossladygospel.com and you can cast your vote. And right now we're running down to the top 4 people that will be voted or nominees that will be voted for. And the wonderful thing about it is I was so honored and I am so blessed and so thankful to have quartet legend himself, what's his name? Harvey Watkins to be the MC. I am excited about that. From the Canton Spirituals. He will be the MC for that evening. And we will be honoring some other quartet legends from out of St. Louis, East St. Louis, such as James Waver, coming out of St. Louis, and my grandparents, Mom and Pop Mosby, and Sarge Brown. Like, man, it's going to be awesome. Oh, and we also honoring the Fantastic Bible Tones as the Spirit of Excellence Awards, which shows the spirit of excellence on and off the stage. So I'm excited about it. Tickets are only $10. Not a lot. So we're excited about it. And that is the 29th and the 30th.
That sounds good. Did you know that Harvey and the Cantons recorded a song that I wrote?
Yep. I was just about to say it. Where happened?
I guess that cut it off.
Right.
I'm sure you're familiar with the East St. Louis Gospel Airs.
Hold on one second. Let me put it back on here. You can still. Are you sure?
Yeah,
wait.
One of the groups that we used to sing around with. True Heart Consolers, Gospel Airs, Gospelettes. No.
Like the new school quartet. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm loving the new school quartet. Like, I'm loving the sound and everything like that. So
Yeah, but did you know you kind of dipped out for a second, but did you know that Bishop Thompson wrote and recorded one of the songs that Harvey Watkins recorded not too long ago?
which one?
It's the original is called When I'm Sad.
He renamed it St. Louis. It's the same song.
Mm-hmm.
It's on the CD one with their around this car. One of the most recent. I can't think of the name of it.
You saying
Driven.
Yes, where they're standing around the car, him and all the guys. Okay,
it's
like they in the car.
One.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know exactly which CD you're talking about.
Yeah.
So you wrote a song on there?
Well, he didn't. Yeah.
I wrote it.
Yeah.
He recorded it.
So Bishop wrote and recorded this song back in the 80s, or was it the 70s?
No, it's in the 80s.
In the 80s.
Oh, wow.
So
yeah.
Huh.
The Welcome Travelers sang and recorded this song initially. It's called When I'm Sad.
You got any more songs, Bishop?
Dude, Bishop got more songs. Bishop got more songs. Is it cold outside? Is Santa Claus got a? Does he have a beard? And is Santa Claus a fat man?
Yeah, we have a few.
You got some? All right. Okay. I'm gonna be inboxing you. Look, I manage Highly Favored. I don't know if you know Highly Favored or not.
Yes,
we know Highly Favored.
Yeah.
I manage Highly Favored. And Jerome Lane was my cousin. I think he attended you guys' church.
Jerome Lane was my nephew.
Yep.
He married my niece.
Okay. I was like, no, wait a minute. Okay. All right. Like, no, wait a minute. All right. Okay, yeah.
All right. We are only 33 minutes past the hour.
We just had good conversation.
Had to be a broken record somewhere. We broke a record. We did it.
It was great talking with you all.
It was awesome talking to you guys. If you are ready to make your record, make sure you holler at us at incrediboymusic2@gmail.com. That's Incrediboy Music Group. That's Incrediboy, almost like incredible, but it's OYINCREDIBOY music2@gmail.com. You can email me for pricing and availability. Also, if you want us to promote your business, email us at lmbc.stl.tv@gmail.com. Include your business name, physical or virtual location, add your tagline, and we will promote your business on our podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, do y'all want to say anything? Last words? Me and Lynn?
Ladies first.
All right, ladies first.
I'm just going to say it was an honor to be a part of this podcast. I really enjoyed myself. It's an honor to sit here and talk to the one and only Bishop Stephen Thompson. I was just so excited to even be asked.
Thank you. Thank you.
I told Mom, I was like, Mom, do you know what I get to talk to tonight? She was like, oh, okay. My mom don't care. But she really don't.
It was a blessing and a pleasure. Certainly nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, too. Thank you.
Bishop
Thank you guys for having me.
Grace and peace to you all. Be blessed, be safe, stay loved.
Your victory is in your praise. Without your praise, where's your victory?
And ladies and gentlemen, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Next time we see you, will be, is it you, Bishop? You doing?
Yes.
Next time we see
you'll be there Wednesday.
Okay.
Some other business to take care of. You're
That's
in the
right. That's
daytime.
right.
I'll
That's
take
right.
a night.
Next time we see
Yeah.
you will be on Word Enrichment Wednesday at 12 noon. We'll see you then. You guys take care of each other. Take care of yourselves. See you next time.